trade-off, right? Forgetting all the shenanigans going on in the state, I like to call them that. Straight up, what is the legal implication of this statement?
Well, as it stands, it's quite unfortunate. You know, we can say it is dead on arrival because it has no solid. You are aware that certain things has cropped up. Even BBC came up. I think BBC went as far as tracing a so-called INEC official to the federal government college, OMOC, and they found that it was a fraud. We've had so many reports that has come out to indicate. Personally, let me use myself as a practical example. I can't mention how much money I spent just to get my hard copy PVC. All my data details are with INEC. I qualify under that ambit wherein I think 2 persons went to court, and the court heard that they can vote with that temporary ID card as far as they have all their data on the database of INEC. I fall into that group. Now, it became clear to me that INEC was in for a sinister motive or agenda. When INEC went to court to pursue that right should be limited to only those 2 individuals who went to court and not for others who are similarly circumstanced. Now, the day of the election, I stay at Rupoku. I went to my center. I was accredited. When it got to my turn to now vote, the coppers told me that the final warning shot they got before they left the office is that if you are not with the ID card, PVC, that you should not vote. So I should vacate the line. I only raised my hand and I wish others who had the PVC well, and I asked them to do the right thing, that this is a defining election. It is, we don't need rocket science. People voted massively. I know of so many people. You know, this is the first election that Nigerians traveled from abroad. They came in, paid the flight ticket to come in. And then we knew what happened at Obiako, which of course the former governor has boasted so much about. In fact, what we have, I'm sorry to say, if what Wike is going about to say is politics, I'm his professional colleague. I'm a solicitor advocate as well as a notary public of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. I'm 52 years old. I accept full responsibility for whatever I'm saying. I indicate to him clearly that what he is entrenching in Rivers State is pure criminality. All right, politics is supposed to be about leadership. So basically, as it stands, this position that is coming out now is already dead on arrival. So of what purpose? Several reports has come out to show in the past that, look, these are the things, the level of fraud that took place in Rivers State.
I'll come to you on this, but let me stay with Barrister Mankie on this a bit. The Supreme Court ruling between Tonye Ko and Sasimlaye Fubara is coming up sometime this month.
I think 14th or thereabout.
Yeah, the final position on the Rivers State on 15th. Okay, good. 15th of this month, that's sometime next week.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, let's take a bit of a retrospect here. Governor Wike, during the crisis in Rivers State, said he bought forms for all of them. It's not like it's a secret, but he is now on record to have said that. We learned that that is illegal. By the Electoral Act, that is wrong. Number 2, we have who was the National Youth Council chairman of Nigeria, Chijoke, who were coming out to say, listen, we wrote those results. The number 3, over the weekend, former governor of Rivers State came out to say, when it's time for election, we'll know who is who. If you juxtapose all of this as a whole, are we looking at positions taken that precedes what the Supreme Court is going to take action is going to be on the Rivers election? Let's have everything. Let's have a reversal. When you said that it's dead on arrival, when it's dead on arrival, does it mean that this revelation does not have a way of affecting the outcome of the 2023 election that is still pending on this in the Supreme Court right now?
Well, you look at it from this. I was talking with my colleague. It's just like this question you have raised now has touched practically on the emergence of Tinubu. That's the person of the president.
Yes, he said it.
Now,
Chijoke mentioned it in the video.
My position, you see, it's like, let me use myself as an example. Something went wrong in my neighborhood, and somebody died. And then I have a guest house close to where I stay. Let's say the camera in that guest house picked what happened, and people did not know about it.
Right.
At the court of first instance, I was convicted. The matter moved forward to court of appeal. The court of appeal validated that court of first instance judgment. Right? Then an appeal was launched, heading to the Supreme Court, which is the final court of habitat.
Right. In
the light of the fact that Nigeria attained the position of Republican position in 1963, which now eliminated the House of Lords in London, making Supreme Court the ultimate of all courts in Nigeria. Facts now emerged that, look, there was a camera that captured what happened. We can see all that happened. In fact, the picture of the persons who were involved are now out. The question will be, and that was the greatest shock I had, because the Supreme Court is not only a court of law, it is also a court of policy. Now, for the Supreme Court to now turn around to say that we are not careful about the emergence of superior record as to what happened, okay? Because if you listen very carefully to the former governor of Rivers State, I'm very sorry to say it, with all due respect to him, he's my professional colleague, but I'm deeply ashamed of his position. When you talk about politics, I ask, what is politics outside the derivative, which is giving leadership to the people?